We report without an agenda, without the spin, without the bias.
We have these town halls. They refer to them as angry mobs.
They don't want the American people out speaking, exercising their First Amendment rights.
We've gone from 8 years straight of dissent is the highest form of patriotism to if you boo your congressman, you're an enemy of the state.
That they would now orchestrate attacks against Americans and smear them and discredit them and besmirch them. What does it say about them?
Growing power of the far left.
None of these protesters seen here on video have been prosecuted or even disciplined, and they are against free speech, apparently.
Number one, how dangerous are they?
You've got to think that the other people who have businesses in that area are getting kind of tired probably of seeing all of these protests.
Far-left political groups are rallying in Denver.
Well, I guess I don't believe in freedom of speech. Let's just work this crowd and see who else we can talk to.
I think it's less dangerous if people know how crazy they are.
They're not even talking. All they're doing is screaming and yelling at him.
What's your message?
Stop the torture, stop the war.
Stop the torture, stop the war. Do you not believe in freedom?
And I understand these types of protests make the pain even greater for you, right?
They brought their brooms saying they'd like to sweep these members of Code Pink off to a country that's more to their liking.
Hating America, the Virginia Tech edition.
Not just abolish money, but probably abolish bus fare, because that's probably how they got to the protests in the first place.
If you get a Kool-Aid campus, which is what you have at Columbia,
and you shut him down and you silence him because you don't like what he says.
The Students for a Democratic Society, of course, they've been, that's a resurrected bunch of left-wing wackos on college campuses.
Preparing for the president's visit with an anti-war protest later today. And some folks say this is just unseemly.
Please, Mr. Mayor, quit embarrassing the state of Utah.
It's a shame, and it's just despicable that citizens are going to have to come out here to protect these Marines from anti-war protests.
I mean, where do they get off doing this, and why do they think they're going to continue to be politely escorted out?
So these are anarchists. They hate America. Did you ever feel in any danger out there with them?
in Michigan, a church was invaded by gay activists.
I would be for tasing anyone in Code Pink. I'm pro-pink tasing.
Use just about everything that happens to demean their own country.
Saddam must love you, and I'm sure he must.
Is he anti-American?
That anti-American sentiment then leads them to want anything but President Bush, so then they're going for Barack Obama.
Is Rosie O'Donnell anti-American?
How do you feel that Saddam Hussein held up the protest last weekend and said, isn't that great news?
No, I don't.
Did you ever ask any of them, look, why are you doing this? This is just crazy. Were you able to pull one aside?
That anti-American, un-American spirit.
These guys have no regard for safety and really just want to cause chaos.
Tell me, if you were a cop, how much you'd want to whack this guy.
At one point, with security so high and tensions on edge, don't you think they're going to get, at the very least, tased or beaten to a pulp?
And of course they can't do it, and they have cameras, so they can't even sneak a punch into the groin or kick him or something.
But the level of hatred that we're seeing on college campuses now is what we saw in the 60s.
They don't want to hear, they shut their ears off, they do not want to hear reasoned debate.
That there is a left-wing jihad that holds power at Columbia University. I'll submit to you that this would never have happened to a left-wing speaker. They wouldn't have been shouted down by the right.
I have never, ever, ever participated in anything when you had conservative students trying to shut down a liberal speaker. I have never seen that in my life.
Mr. Penn will tell you he is a loyal dissenter. In my opinion, he's a hater. He despises his country.